He's ultra, he's American, very American, and he plays tabletop role-playing games, TTRPG. He's the ultra-American TTRPG, yeah! So fucking ultra-American, yeah, he's American. Yeah, he's American. It's solo time, you drop the dime, so come on in. Let the show begin. We've got you covered, it's game day, brother. And sisters too. Have we got an ultra show for you? He's ultra, he's American, very American, and he plays tabletop role-playing games, TTRPG. He's the ultra-American TTRPG, yeah! So fucking ultra-American, yeah, he's American. Let's solo because YOLO, and you don't wanna be some bro ho, you know. Yeah, you fucking know. So let's go. On with the show. He's ultra, he's American, very American, and he plays tabletop role-playing games, TTRPG. He's the ultra-American TTRPG, yeah! So fucking ultra-American, yeah, he's American.
Good evening, everyone. Happy Friday. Hope y'all had a good week. Apologize for the late start. I was getting everything set up on my computer here, and then it decided to freeze up on me, so I had to force reboot it really quick. And it took a little longer than it should have on top of that. So I hope everyone again had a good week. Hopefully y'all got some gaming in. This is the first little bit of gaming I'm doing, with the exception of some solo stuff I kind of did on and off here and there. If you have not been following my fairly new Substack I have been doing a Fallout Dust-based solo game using the Loner RPG system. And I've been posting up the after action reports for doing those solos with using Google Gemini as kind of like the as almost kind of like as like telling the story. So it's like I roll the die, and then it gives me kind of like the outcomes and all that. So it's been actually kind of fun to mess with and to do with. So if you have not read those articles on my Substack, it's just like everything else. It's the Ultra American TTRPG at Ultra TTRPG ER. You can follow me on Substack as well as YouTube and Rumble, where you should be watching this right now, and also on X, where I post a lot about my own kind of like personal thoughts about what's stuff going on, and as well as like just TTRPG related stuff that's going on throughout the week. So. But today we are jumping right back into the Syndicate RPG, which uses the Tiny D10 system by our friend Aaron, or as we like to call him, we call him Tiny Dio. And so this is now session 5, and this is Bourdeaux. This is Bourdeaux Bastard Solo campaign that I've been doing. So if for those who aren't familiar with, if you have not been keeping up, this campaign takes place in the setting of Mafia 3 in the city of New Bourdeaux, but it takes place just a few years after the main events of Mafia 3, with Lincoln Clay ruling over and becoming basically the new godfather of New Bourdeaux. And I see we got Michael and Cyrus from the chat. Always good to see you guys around. Hope you all been doing okay. Michael, for those who aren't familiar with Michael and Cyrus, Michael usually hangs out with Patty's Parlor and War God Gaming. He'll do stuff with them on their channels on Rumble usually, so you should definitely check them out. And Michael's also been hanging out with me and Jack on Mondays as we're preparing for this Gobstein 2 charity event that we've been working on. And if you're not following Jack McCarthy, go follow him, and you can watch his videos to learn more about that. Cyrus has a itch.io page, which he releases game material and different Oracle stuff that he likes to release and mess with. And we've used them quite a few times on Patty's Parlor when I've gamed with them a couple times. So definitely just go to itch.io and look up, I think it's Cyrus Wright. I'll have to make sure I get a link for that itch.io, and I'll put in the description of this video at some point, just so that way people know where to go find your stuff. But and then as always, the Syndicate RPG, you can get this POD. You can order off Drive Through RPG, or if you want to actually support the person who made it, Mr. Big, Edgeweaver. If you go to, I think it's the official Edgeweaver Books site. That is the book company that he's a part of. You can also buy. You can't get a physical book from them. But you can buy the PDF through their site if you want to just directly support them that way. But if you want POD, it's Drive Through RPG. And as always, it is not a solo campaign of mine if I am not using the Ultimate Solo RPG Toolkit by the one and only Silver Nightingale. Uh, it's like, man, I have tried so many different oracles, and I just keep coming back to the Ultimate Kit from Silver Nightingale. I don't know what it is about it. I just like it more compared to some of the other ones I've done. I do have a few others I printed out that I'm going to test with at some point. I just haven't gotten around to those yet. Because I know for this one, I found an actual D10 whole Oracle page that I would try to use for the very first session when I started this campaign, but it just sorry, I didn't mean to hit that. It just did not work out very well. And hopefully I fixed it. It almost did portrait on me again for the viewport. So hopefully you're listening to me the beautiful landscape formats, and it's not got me stacked up in a weird tower formation like it did for session 4, I think it was. But for those who did not know, who did not watch last session, where we last left off, we had quite a few threads going on. So we had Caden O'Griffey, one of the characters I play as part of the Irish mob. He was kind of hunkering down for a moment because it was revealed that actually I have his name here. Yeah, Marino Longo of the Italian Mafia was trying to stage a coup to try to get control of New Bourdeaux again, kind of like San Marcano did. And again, Mafia 3, San Marcano was a character from the game. So that's why if I mention names you're not familiar, it's either someone an NPC I made or someone that's actually from the game that I'm referencing to. And so Romano Rubino, one of the other characters, went back to his sister, Luisa. Was it Luisa Rubino? Is that the name? Hold on, I gotta double check. I always get Rubino. It's Romano Rubino, Luisa Rubino, and Aaron Mosley, who is a member of the Black Mob, which is if you all didn't I didn't really do character creation video for this like I did for some of them because I kind of just did these on the fly. But what I did for the Black Mob is I just took the Russian Mafia stuff and I reflavored it to be like Black Mob, the Hollow, and all that to match with the Mafia 3. Yep, that's where I meant to be. And then I got my dice tray right here and also I got my D10s here because this is a pure D10 system that we roll on. So it's really cool. And so they were trying to figure out hey, what's going on? What do we do? And I know at one point when they were all trying to lay low, Aaron, Romano, and Luisa all accompanied their father, who's the current head of the Italian Mafia in New Bourdeaux, and another kind of upcoming leader in the Black Mob, Noah Atkins. They all went to go visit one of these drug spots because they were working on possibly combining their drug operations together to try to get more money. And it was the Haitian gangs. I remember now. The Haitian gang tried to do a drive-by on the drug building. Unfortunately, no one got hurt, and they were able to all those Haitian gang members that tried to drive by were taken out, but they were unsure if it was connected to Marino at all, or if it was still because there's the other thread still that the Russian mafia has been trying to encroach in to start stuff up in New Bourdeaux, and the Haitian gangs kind of got caught in the crossfire by stealing drugs from the Russian mafia when they arrived. And so, I remember now. Yeah, eventually, at some point, Marino Longo's little other co-conspirators of this coup they were planning end up kidnapping Sonny O'Dugan, thinking he was Caden for some reason, because they all thought the Irish looked alike, and they had to go and rescue him. So they go out to this shack, kind of out in the swamp, one of the swamp areas of New Bordeaux. And hold on, oh, never mind, I had a text message. Sorry about that. And so they had to go and rescue him. So Luisa and Romano actually were able to walk in, no, without any issues, and they got Marino and one of the other guys, because I believe there were five total, including Marino. So it was Marino and four goons. Marino and two of the goons were inside beating up Sonny, and the other two goons were outside, standing guard. So while Luis and Romano were kind of being a distraction, Aaron and Caden tried to snuck up, or attempted to sneak up on them to take out the guards. Aaron Mosley was successful, and with one punch just clocked the guy out. Unfortunately for Caden, though, the guard was able to react before Caden could swing his bat at him, and Caden, as in typical Syndicate fashion, got shot in the knee, and which prompted Aaron to, after that happened, to Aaron also clocked the guy out as well with like a good punch as well, because these were just kind of still like, even though these were like higher goons, they're still like low level thugs. They didn't have a lot of HP. And while that was going, and after the gunshot went off outside, it warned Marino and the other two goons that were inside the building, like, hey, what's going on? And right before they were able to go outside, Luis and Romano took out the goons execution style and got Marino to surrender. And they then they took Marino to their father, filled him in on what was going on, and it was kind of fade to black with what happened to Marino, but basically he's sleeping with the fishes now at this point. But so we come back now. And there is still the issue of the Haitians and the Russians now in the city of New Bordeaux. So now we have to figure out what is going on with that. I guess let me ask. Let's ask the Oracle here. So let's get these D10s out, because we're going to need D6s for this Oracle. So I bought a bunch of new dice. I just bought some regular black ones. But what's funny was my game store. So they put a bunch of the DCC dice in their display. So I got the DCC D3, but I also got a DCC D5, and where's the other one? Oh, here he is. This is a DCC D7. This is a D7 die right here, DCC fashion, and then I have one more that I got from them, which I actually thought this was really cool of a way to design a. Oh, there it is. Didn't I have a? I thought I had a black one, but I think I may have not. No, I had a black D5. I didn't have a black D. Oh no, there it is. Yeah, here it goes. And then they have D4s, but what's cool is the tips are where the numbers are instead of on the sides, which I actually kind of like that for design. In regards to a D4, I like that so much more, because now all your numbers are on top. You don't have to try to read it from the side. So I just thought that was, so I just grabbed a bunch of those not too long ago. All right, so question one, and I think for these both, they're going to be 50-50. It's not about if it's likely or unlikely. We'll say 50-50. Has the Russian mob been making any moves as this is all happening in New Bordeaux? A 6 is a big old yes and. So let's see what that yes and is going to be. I need another D6, and here's a red one I got. So I'm going to roll. There's a thing on here. It's changed the scene and event seeds. So we're going to see like what kind of exactly happens. So 3 and 2. So an NPC acts suddenly on an opportunity. Okay, and let's do a Oracle roll here to see what we can get. And I need a D12 now for this. Do I have any D12s that are basically visible that people can see? Oh, there we go. All right, D12 and D6 for the Oracle. All right, so 6 and 7. So that's the action is disrupt. 5 and 6, and the theme is disrupt faith. Okay, So this actually will make sense. So this actually happens in the game, in the Mafia 3 video game. Is actually one of the churches in the city is also the home of, is also basically also like a big is like an underground, is big on like drug operations as well. There's a church that they use that I forget which mafia group did it, but they were using a church building in New Bourdeaux for the operation. So as this was all going on, the Russians suddenly made a move and they struck a church, and they hit up a church building where uh, okay, well, let me see, is this church building one of the ones that uh that had the drug operations for that the Italian mafia and the black mob were going to work together in 50-50? I'm not going to bother with a and on this, so this will be just a yes on the high end. So yes, it is. So yeah, so there's like a cutaway scene where as they're like try as are as we see my four characters are like are helping Caden, who's limping because again he's got a bullet in the knee, as they're trying to get him out of the swamp, and also Sonny as well. There's like a bunch of cars roll up on this church, and bullets start flying as the Russian mafia is like shooting at, like, you got a black mob and Italian mafia guys, and they take this church building. Now, does the Haitian gang do anything? 50-50. So that's just a straight no. So definitely after the go to the confessional for a handout. I like that, Cyrus. Hold on, I'll share it on the screen really quick so people can see what you said. All right. So because especially after the failed attempt on the Haitian gang drive-by early in the last session, the Haitian gangs are probably lying low for the moment. So, excuse me, need a drink. So now we got to figure out this big issue. And we'll probably say that the characters won't even know that this happened, what happened with the Russian mafia, until the following day, when yeah, we'll say that Gustavo Rubino, which is the father of my twin Italian mafia characters, has all four of them come and sit down, and Noah Atkins will also be there as well. And like Gustavo is like, he looks pissed. Like he's got a cigar, but he's doing that thing where it's like he's holding his hand, but then he accidentally crushes it because he's just so fucking pissed that they're about to start new operations, and then the building they were doing the operation at got attacked by a brand new gang. So yeah, he's not happy. Noah's trying to keep it cool, but you can tell but you will be able to tell him if you looked at his face, he's not too happy about this either. And and Gustavo, like, he bangs his fist on the counter and he gets up, like, he's like, I want every one of those Russian fuckers dead, all their heads, one of them on pikes above and hanging them from the city walls. And Atkins like, all right, now come. I'm trying to do like this is gonna be a very stereotypical kind of like sounding voice. I apologize, but Noah's kind of like, now, calm down, now, calm down there, Gustav. It's like we can't just go around just shooting up every little person that we see. It's like we don't know where they went off to. We don't know where their operations are. Hold on, I just saw another notification for something really quick. Oh, okay, never mind. Nothing important. I just wanted to make sure. I wanted to make sure I didn't miss anything. And so, and Gustavo's like, he looks down, and he just kind of points a big old like fat Italian finger at him. He's like, I will be damned if I let these Russian fuckers dictate what happens in this city. I will not be intimidated by them. And then I think at this point, as Gustavo's like trying to calm down, Aaron Mosley will look at Noah and he says, what should we do? The last time we fought against these Russians, they about took us out with their firepower at the docks. We don't all we and we know they're not stationed out there because that's how that we know that's just where they were getting their product from. We don't know where around here they're stationed at, or even where they would have gotten in from. All right, hold on. I'm trying to think here really quick. All right, so go ahead and mess with the Oracle again here. Does Noah have any idea about what they could do? 50-50. Of course, a 6. So, yes. I think Noah Atkins is going to. I think Noah Atkins is a lot smarter than some people think. So I think, like, as this is all, as he's sitting there thinking, there's like maybe some form of plan forming in his head. So let's see. Change the scene and event seed. 3 and 1. An NPC acts suddenly through conflict. I don't even need to roll in the Oracle table. I know exactly what this is. Noah looks dead at Aaron and says, "We need to get the Haitians back on our side again." And Caden just looks at Aaron and he's like, "You fucking mad?" It's like, and Aaron Mosley just looks at him like, "Hey," and Aaron Mosley just looks at Caden. And he's like, "The Haitians have just as much hate for the gang for against the Russians as we do right now. If we try to go at the Russians without any more support or backing, we're just going to get ourselves killed. And we don't need a war on two fronts. We don't need the Russians and the Haitians coming at us. So we need to reestablish our connection with the Haitians again. And because we need to see who's still on our side, who's against us, and if there are still Haitians on our side, we need to use them to be able to wipe out those that are against us, or at least have them convince the ones against us to join back to our cause again." Now the question is here, though. It has only been a few years since the events of Mafia 3. So it would still leave for reason that the people that were left in charge of like these different districts in the video game would still possibly be alive. But I need to remember who the lady was that took over New Bourdeaux really quick. Let me see if I can look it up on my computer without causing a glitch. Cassandra, that was her name, known as also the AKA the Voodoo Queen. Okay, so let's see if it. Or I think it would still be likely on this, but let's still do an Oracle roll. Is Cassandra still kind of in charge of the Haitian mob, which is also supposed to be kind of the current people in control of the Hollow, which is also where the Black Mob is. So if it rolling for likely, so I roll 2d6 and I take the higher. We'll just call that a straight yes. She is. She is still in charge. So there has obviously been some goings on that there are people trying to go against her. That there are like maybe sub factions of the Haitian gangs that are trying to go against her to like get back out from underneath Lincoln Clay or something like that. Because that was a big thing in the video game, was the Haitians did not like Lincoln Clay at all because of all the things he did in the first couple like minutes, like the first 30 minutes of the game kind of deal, if you played it or not. And so, but this is a conflict, it says. So, sorry. Oh, sorry, it's been a long day, and then the weather's been kind of all funky all over the place. So, okay, because this is PX suddenly, and this was conflict was the one. So, 50-50. Actually, I would say it's unlikely, but we'll see here. Are the Haitians currently attacking wherever the wherever the Russian mobs are being held up? Taking the lower, so no, they're not. So that's not. So nothing's happening right now. Okay, just a thought I had. So all right. So the current idea that we're looking at is that my characters need to meet with Cassandra if she is still in charge. Hopefully, she is, and they need to figure out if they can get the Haitians to be on their side to be able to go to war against the Russian mob. That is the current game plan at this moment. Is what we're looking at. So yeah, I think this one's going to require. Oh well, let me see. Did I update my Caden stats? Um, yeah, so I will update Caden. He is definitely going to be healing up during this process. Probably having to go get the bullet removed from his leg that he got shot in. But we'll say he'll have his stuff back up by this point. But he will be absent for this scene, as again, since this is a kind of Black Mob Italian Mafia thing kind of going on. Aaron Mosley and then Luisa and Romano the three of them will head down to trying to remember what kind of like their location was in the game. So it was kind of like almost it was like a slum area almost, like out in the swamps, if I recall correctly. So they head out that way. And are they able to well, let's see. Well, we'll make this using actual like the syndicate rolls instead of using Oracle rolls to see if they are able to get a meeting with her. So this is going to be interesting to see how this works. So we'll say they drive a little ways in there and they stop maybe a few, maybe like some feet away from like the road into the city or into the area, and they will walk up. And of course, this place is like they see women, children. And then of course, there's also most of the men have like all sorts of manner weaponry on them. There's guys walking around patrolling. And as they get to this big, kind of like rickety church building that's somehow still standing despite everything that's gone on out in these swamps, they are met by a bunch of guards. And let's see here. Which one of you guys is the most persuasive? Because aspect, if I remember, is the one you use for persuasion. Excuse me. Okay. Sorry. Okay, so Romano is the most persuasive one. So as they approach the guards are kind of like they're kind of like standing up straight. They got like their AK-47s, whatever guns they had at the time. They were like holding with their arms. They're just kind of looking at them. And Romano walks up to one of them and he says, he just kind of like tips his hat to them. He's like, "Mighty fine day to you." No, he's not Southern. He's Italian. He's like, "Good day to you all, good sirs. We would we would like to be able to speak. We would like to speak to your boss." And then let me check here the stats. That's the families, rules, attributes. Yep, actor, measure of conscience, and charisma. Okay. So let us see. Oh, I need to see what difficulty of this would be. I will say this is mostly just moderate stuff for the most part, nothing too crazy. So I get the roll d10. I add +2 to it. That's a dirty 10. So he succeeds. And the Haitian guy kind of looks over the three of them. He's like, "I will take you to her. and he will lead the three inside. They will go up the stairs. Actually, no, this is a church building. I forgot. This one was only one floor. So they walk inside, and kind of like at the altar or the pier or the pew, whatever it's called, or stand, doing her little voodoo ritual is Cassandra, the voodoo queen, and the current ruler of the Haitian mob and the Black and the Hollow. And as a and she probably doesn't know Aaron Mosley too well, but I would assume that almost a lot of people in this town would have known of the Rubino twins, with their father being in charge of the Italian mafia. And I just had a question that just suddenly popped in my head that we may need to roll Oracle for here in just a moment. Before, let's continue this scene first. So, as Cassandra stops chanting, she slowly turns around and she sees the twins, and she's like, "Ah, the Rubino twins. What brings you all the way out here into my territory?" And I'm not going to try to speak everything all coded, but Romano at least will kind of go in description about like what's been going on, the issue they're having with some of the Haitians, how the Russian mob got tied into all of this, how how the Russian mob just basically took out one of their operations. Now the question that popped in my head that I did not consider originally, because in the video games, when it comes to the three people that Lincoln Clay works with in the video game, there's always a possibility where if you don't please them where you don't like do right by them exactly, they can turn on you and betray you. So the question now is: Is Cassandra is the Cassandra the one responsible for the current issue with the Haitian gangs stealing the drugs from the Russians and also the ones that did the hit on the church? Is she responsible for that? 50-50. Okay, so no, she is not. So she's listening to them intently, and once they finish explaining what's going on, she says, "I know that a lot of the Haitians, a lot of the other Haitian sub gangs, have not been too pleased with Lincoln Clay's rise to power and the what control that he let us have. I did not realize how serious it has become." And Romano says, "It's like we the Italians and the Black Mob plan to go to war with the Russians, but we cannot do this while we are still facing an enemy at our backs as well. Can we count on your support to try to quell this issue with the Haitians and have your support in our war in the fight against the Russians?" And I will say this is not going to be moderate toughness because this is a boss basically. This is going to be, we'll say this is a difficult toughness, so we're just one up more. So I have to get like a 10 or an 11 on this roll. Shit, and I did not. That is a 6 on the die. So for only an 8. So I did not get that. But I think there's a reason why. Could be the conflict thing could also be happening as well. But let me roll Oracle action to see roll action theme to see what kind of conflict this could be. So the action is okay. So 2 and 3 exalt, and the theme is exalt sacrifice. Exalt sacrifice. What exactly does exalt mean? Let me look this up really quick. What is the definition of exalt? And no, not like not like the exalted RPG, which I've heard many a bad thing about. Exalt. To raise someone or something in rank, power, or status, or to praise them highly. Okay. I know what this is going to be. This is going to be based on like there's someone else that's in the Haitian gang that's leading these sub gangs to rise up and try to get out from like Linklater's control. So let us come with a name for this dude. So I need a this sounds bad. I need a Haitian name generator. Yep, fancy name generator always seems to have everything, it seems. So I also need a pen. Here, sorry. Don't mean to show my arm in your face there. No, we're not calling him Dreadlock, Cyrus. It's interesting because apparently Haitians have a lot of French and European related names when I look at the history when I was looking up Haitian names. So let me see. So the Haitians, let's see what name I want to give him. Let me hit male names again. Ooh, I like this one. Brunel Baptiste. Brunel Baptiste is this man's name. And I think this is probably was like a former, like maybe like a former sort of second in command. Oh, why am I putting that up here? I need this book. And Brunel was like a former second in command to Cassandra before he decided he had enough of taking over orders from Lincoln Clay, and is like leading a lot of these sub gangs to rise up against them. So let's see here. So Cassandra, so when Romano asks if they can get the support from the Haitian gangs to go against the Russians, Cassandra sadly shakes her head no and says, "I am unable to provide any support while I am dealing with my own crises here amongst my people. My former second in command, Brunel Baptiste, he got tired of taking orders from King Clay and suggested that we rise up against it. I told him from the get-go that this would be that to go against Lincoln Clay is a death sentence. He would not heed my warning. And I believe he is the one that is responsible for the uprising from some of the other Haitian gangs in the area. If we take him out, if you all can take him out, then the others should come back to the fold, and then the Haitians, and then my people can help you go toward the Russians." Okay, so I'm trying to remember. Was there any other threats? Oh yeah, there was that new. There was also the threat of the new drug that's in town that was brought in by the Russians that the Haitians had stolen. I forgot. I completely forgot about that threat too. He shot the sheriff, but he did not shoot the deputy. I shot the sheriff, but I didn't shoot the deputy because he got high. Because he got high. Because he got high. La da 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 da. All right. Um. All right. So we need to figure out where he's hiding. So is he? This is just going to be kind of like simple yes/no questions. I'm not going to try to go too crazy. So is Brunel hiding out in the swamps? No. Is he hiding out in the city? Okay, straight yes. So Brunel has left the swamps where the Haitians all were and has now set up shop in the city. So we need to figure out where in the city would he set up shop. Let's roll. Oh, excuse me. Ooh, something in my throat there for a second. do another action theme Oracle roll. Maybe it'll give us an idea of like where he would be like setting up shop at. Okay, so 6 and 7. That is disrupt again. So disrupts. And then 4 and 5. Disrupt chaos. He is disrupting chaos. Where would he be located in this city? Well, now that I think about it, nothing can really be more chaotic than a drunk Irishman. And given the fact that the Haitian games were seen bullying on Sonny like in the very first session at one point because Kane confronted them, I think it's safe to say that the Haitian gang somehow has set up has somehow set up a secret spot, unbeknownst to anyone, in Irish mob territory, and that's where they've been funneling their. That's where this Haitian subsect has been doing all their gang activity from, basically. The question is, though, now they have to find it. Excuse me. So now these characters have to try to find. We have to see if these characters can even find it. So actually, this could be a good way for Caden to get involved here. Actually, let me go to Caden's character sheet here because we're still looking at Romano's right now. Yeah, now Caden is a smart kid because he's the fixer of the group. So let me double check what intelligence or intellect in this case is used for. Mental acuity and sharpness. Oh, used as bonus during things like detecting traps or gathering information. So that's exactly what we need. So we kind of go forward a little bit. Caden has the bullet removed from his leg, and as he's kind of like getting some rest, and he's looking out the window, does he notice anything strange? And I'll say this is still kind of like a moderate success. So I think that's if I recall correctly, moderate success, 6 to 9. So as long as he gets as long as he gets total 6 to 9, it's a success in this one. And that is a 6 total that we need. So as he is as Caden Griffey is kind of looking out the window, down below he sees those exact same two Haitians that were trying to rough up Sonny O'Dugan in the very first session of this game I did. And he's like, and Caden's like thinking to himself, why are they back? And then he sees the two Haitians begin to actually walk further into their Irish mob territory. The Irish connect to the Italians. They will have to put garlic butter on their potatoes. That's hilarious. Okay, so let's see if Caden can follow them. So here's what I'm going to do for this one. This is it will require it is going to be basically a reflex check because reflex is movement, but he does not really have. Let me double check here. Yeah, he doesn't have a reflex. He's not super fast. Definitely not super fast on his bum leg right now. But he's going to try to follow these guys. So I'm going to roll. The red will be for Caden. The black will be for the Haitians, which sounds really bad now that I say it out loud. But hey, it's just a die. So I will roll. Basically, we're going to do contesting. We're going to do like a contested stealth roll to see if Caden can follow them without them seeing him. Ah, crap. That's their 6 to my 1. So he's trying to follow them around, but let me see here. But it's like they started to turn around. But are the cops Irish in the city? Um, I do not know about Irish cops in the city. But let me see. Caden kind of using his aspect. Caden kind of pull off that he's just kind of walking and doing other stuff, or maybe he'll just pretend. Yeah, we'll just see if he'll pretend he's like doing something else, and he's just kind of walking around. So let's see if we can. Still can't do it. Okay, so these Haitians are not going for it. So crap. I think these 2 Haitian guys are going to try to start a fight with Caden. I think that's the only thing that makes sense here. And all Caden's got is a baseball bat. All right, so let me see. Gotta go to my enemy stats in the book. Common mobsters. These are just. Okay, so it says they have 1 to 4 hit points. So I will roll 2d4 for these guys, and that's how many hit points I'll give them. So I need 1d4. And let me get those. Let me get those new d4s. I'd rather use those. They both only have 1 hit point. So let's see how this goes. So I don't do, because I'm doing solo play with this, I don't like doing the initiative on this. So what I do is I just basically say I bork it. So if I get a 1, if I get a 1 to 5 on the d10, it's enemy goes, and if I get a 6 to 10 on the die, it's my go. So let's see who's going first. And Caden's going first. So these 2 guys are like, we don't believe you. What are you following us for? They like approach Caden, and right before. Okay, so I gotta get a 4 or 5, and let me see here. And Caden's like I think he's like laying on the baseball bat like it's like it's supposed to be kind of like a crutch or a cane. Let's see if he can whack. And oh yeah, and in this game a bat. So weaponry, just reminder, weaponry in this game deals flat damage, but also can provide bonus to attacks as well. So that's actually with because the baseball bat gets a +1 attack, so I'm actually rolling a +2 because I have a 1 in power, and everything deals 1, but with the baseball bat it's an extra 2 damage. So right before the guys can do anything, Caden O'Driffy just brings the bat and just cracks one of the guys across the side of the head, and the guy just collapses to the ground, so he's knocking one out. Now as we go to the enemy's turn, where is I know there's a morale thing listed in here. I need to find it again. Oh, mobster morale. Okay. So if I get a 2 or less, then if I get to get 2 or less on a D10, then this guy is going to basically just not fight back. Okay, looks like we're still fighting. So let us see if this guy, he's got brass knuckles, and brass knuckles do. I know they're listed in here somewhere. Brass knuckles, brass knuckles, brass knuckles. Okay, so the guy with brass knuckles, he'll only do +1 damage on an attack roll if I get 8 or higher on it. But they don't really have any bonuses, so I'm just rolling flat to see if this guy will be able to punch Caden. That's a 6, which doesn't mean it's a +1, but because my toughness is only 4 though, because if you just bang on the roll, you have a fixed toughness, and I don't have anything that really increases it. So Caden gets punched in the gut for 1 hit points. And I like to do I like doing the kind of the re-rolling the initiative every time. Yeah, he could wheel Shillelagh if he wanted to. All right, so let's see. New round. So, all right, so I'm going first again. So let's see if Caden can also. Uh, hmm, let me think here. Hold on, I saw something here. Okay, never mind. Not important. Let's see if we can hit this guy. Uh, oh nope, that's a 5 total exactly. So I think as soon as as after he gets the gut, Kane just takes the baseball bat, like holds up and just bonk, just right in the guy's face, like boom. Oh, sorry, that almost shook my headphones off. And the guy just like boom, my fucking face. This Haitian guy goes, it just falls back, but he's not unconscious at the moment because I don't want him this to be lethal because is there a thing for about getting advantage or like bonuses on certain things in certain situations? I wonder in this game. Let me look this up. Okay, that's combat advantage. It's not what I want. Skills. I forgot I had skills in this. That actually kind of would have helped. Streetwise. Well, that's street. Yeah, streetwise. Where is streetwise on this? That's street runner. That's not what I want. Analog, deceptive, distract. Da, da, da. I am not seeing. I wonder if a street runner that's showing up is supposed to be streetwise. Well, let me double check the. Hold on, I'm double checking stuff here. I apologize, everyone. I'm just making sure I'm reading this right. Roles, fixers, diplomats and negotiators for resolving conflicts. The backup plan. Uh, free choice. Player may choose an additional ability from the list of abilities in section 2. Was I looking at section 2? Oh yes, I was. That's an ability. Oh, that's what I was looking at the abilities. Okay, where's the? Okay, so when you use skills add a +1 bonus to checks. Okay, that's a skill thing. Okay. Uh, okay, let me look at my abilities here. Oh, did the +1 intellect come from when I did my stuff with him? Man, did I mess up on this guy's character sheets? Let me double check here. Nope, it's divided 3 points, and he has 4. So nope, I did that right. Okay. So, but we're definitely gonna get. I'm going. I don't like doing the whole like adding bonus things to a roll. So I'm going to do advantage disadvantage on this. So, Caden O'Griffey like reaches down, grabs onto the guy, and then he's like on the bat from like, "Where are you guys hide? Are you guys hiding out at? What's going on?" And so, rolling 2d10, and this is definitely an aspect. So adding 1 to this. 10 for the highest, which also makes it 11. That's a crit basic. That's basically a crit success. So we're gonna say that the guy is like pissing himself as he's like looking at this very pissed off, non-drunk Irishman, which is probably a sober, an angry sober Irishman is probably scarier than an angry drunk Irishman. And this Haitian dude's like, well, hold on. We say, Ah, crap! I completely forgot what I rolled for the action oracle thing earlier for what their building may be. It was. Let's go ahead and roll a new one to see if we're because I think they got what their building may be. Okay, 4, 5. Corrupt. Corrupt defeat. Okay, I know where this is going to be because in the video game there was when you actually are trying to actually when you're fighting to take over when you're trying to gain control of the Irish Mob Mafia 3, the final boss battle takes place in this giant scrapyard that you set all these traps up in for like the attempt where at the time the Italian mafia that was against them coming at them. So this Haitian guy just looks up at Caden and he's like, ah, they're in the old scrapyard, the abandoned one. It's like no one's used it ever since Lincoln Clay blew into high hell. And then Caden's like, see, was that so hard? And then clunk, knocks him out. And I think we see eventually as when Aaron, Luisa, and Romano when they come back, meeting up with Caden once again, because Caden again, poor Caden, he's getting shot and blasted so much in this campaign right now. It's ridiculous. Caden's like, as soon as they walk in, Caden just is like standing up. He's like hobbling over to them. He's like, I know where they're hiding out at. I know where the Haitians are. And all three just kind of look at each other and then back to Caden. And I think, do I want to continue or do I want to stop here for the day? I guess to those still watching, do you want me to keep going for a little bit more, or do you think this is a good place to end it? You decide. Let me know. What do y'all think? Should I keep going or should I stop for the day? I'll let you all to be the judge of that. If I should, seeing if I could take out, if maybe because what's going to be the next scene is we're going to go to the scrapyard to fight the Haitians. While you all, I don't know if anyone's typing out or not, but if y'all are still trying to decide, uh, let me show off. I got a couple new things in earlier this week. If you hadn't seen me on, oh, let me get that out of the way. I got this is the 2.0 Osric book in a digestible size, which I actually really like that. It's a thick boy, but I like that it's such a decent size. So I may do something with this at some point. I'm thinking definitely want to look into Osric. And what was the other one I have up here? Oh, here we go. I also have this is from one of my favorite authors, James Bond. This is White Box Dungeon Adventures, a little book, and this is basically white. This is basically just a smaller version, more compact version of White Box. It only goes up to level 5, but it focuses more on like dungeon crawl stuff and all that. So, and it's very basic. Like, let me see here. I believe. Oh no, it's a heritage, but it has the restricted class stuff in here, so a dwarf can only be. I believe what did it say? Yeah, dwarves can only be fighters, and elves are the fighter or magic user thing. I believe that, and the halflings can only be, yeah, yeah, they can be fighters. The only classes they have in this are cleric, fighter, or magic user. I don't know why he didn't put the thief in here. It doesn't make any sense to me, but I'm not complaining too much about it. And then, what was else was I thinking about? I really want to do something with a white box encyclopedia at some point because I've been looking over that, and I got this I got this white box solo rules and Oracle table thing that I found on itch.io a while back, and I may be using this because I have a possible I may actually do like create a homebrew like campaign setting for this great idea that I came up with not too long ago based on a post a friend of mine on X did about a certain monster. I'm not gonna give away too much right now, but if you've been following me on X, you know what it is. Okay, well, since no one's responding to me about if they want me to continue or not, I'm gonna stop this here for the day. So thank you all for joining me on another for this is now session 5 of the Bourdeaux Bastard series that I'm doing with the Sydicate RPG by Tiny D10 and Mr. Big. And I've been enjoying this so far. I do love the simplicity of it. Um, I think I've told him there's maybe a couple things that I found that may could have been like maybe fixed or done better. But other than that, we will say that these characters all get. I'll just give them an extra 10 XP for this session. So I'm going to fixing that all really quick because it's once they get 100 XP, that's when they live. Instead of living up as characters, they live up as a crew, which I would still like that. I wish they could do both, where you live up as crew and as characters, but they don't give you character level up stuff. They only give you crew level up stuff in this one. So I guess if you wanted to, you could easily just use the non the like the not the sing agnostic, but there's like a oh no, that's the worry. I've been seeing all the stuff you've been doing with the Rudigers, Michael. It's been really cool. I backed the game already, so I'm looking forward to when that's all done. Hopefully, it gets fully funded here pretty soon. And so I had another thought, but I forgot what it was now. So just again, thank you all for joining me for another session of Bourdeaux Bastards. Again, you can follow me on X, YouTube, Rumble, and now Substack as well. And all it's the same across all 4 platforms. The Ultra American TTRPGer at Ultra TTRPGER. And I will see you all again next. Yep, there is no Ultracast this week. That will be next week. So I will see you all again on next Friday. You all have a good weekend. Roll some dice, have fun, and stay safe.